Proud of. We create this kind of like crazy synergy in between all the winners, in between all the alumni. We have all these like Slack channels, WhatsApp groups and stuff. We share all these like memories and insights, how to do business, how to grow, how to approach this or that investor. So it's like very important thing, and I think Sergey will talk about this a bit later. The regional summit will be, as I said, in Kazakhstan for 3 days. It's again 2 days of mentorship session, 1 day of meeting with investors from CE region, and 1 day conference. So we're gonna have it's gonna be from 1st to 3rd of December in Astana. We will also provide an opportunity to go through an acceleration program, online one for our alumni. Yeah, we'll send more details to the guys. And the Global Summit is going to be a culmination of the whole thing. We're going to gather all the 65 winners from 65 countries. And we're actually going to have a bit more than 65 because we have other verticals, other prizes. Like last year from Moscow, we had 3 startups in Switzerland because they were part of travel track. And this year, hopefully, we'll get some more also for the fintech and for the edutech and other prizes that we have. We're gonna provide opportunity to meet our investors from our investor club. It's basically kind of like a matchmaking in between investors. So the investors will get the the portfolio of the winners. They will know what type of startups they want to meet, and before they meet in Switzerland, they will do the homework. And basically in Switzerland, we want them to kind of like already sign the term sheets. Of course, the guys will get the media exposure. We're gonna invite like tens of the most brilliant media portals, media blogs, and the tech blogs to Switzerland, and guys will get tremendous media exposure. Again, I think Sergey will talk about that. I would like to thank to all the supporters, all the partners. I would like to thank PayU and Free, and I would like to thank to local organizers, CEH and High School of Economics, of course our ambassadors, and all the local supporters. We have a bunch of them, but thank you all guys, thank you so much. And I would like to thank, yeah, thank you. I would like to thank all the jury members who took really tough decision. Trust me, half of the guys who were pitching on this stage were named as like variants to win, so it's like was very tough, was very hard decision, like who's gonna be the winner. We're gonna announce them soon. But I'd like also to thank to the mentors. I think the guys who were pitching today, they really increased, they really developed the pitch decks. They were shining on the stage, I think partly from because of the pitch training session we had on the 1st of October. And I'd like to thank to all the mentors. A round of applause, please. And of course to Alexander for giving an insightful keynote and for Q&A session. Thank you so much. I'm gonna invite Sergey in a minute, our alumni. So again, one of these guys gonna get this flight ticket that will bring them to Switzerland directly. It's pretty handy. You should take it to the airport, of course. There are no options, basically. So before I announce the winners, like a couple of things to mention. As I mentioned before, we might bring some other extra startups from here. So after the 1st of November, we're gonna decide with our corporate partners whom they want to invite as a wild card from all the locations. So we have EduTech prize, we have, as I said, FinTech prize, and apart from that, we have IoT challenge from Intel. The idea is that they will fly in the IoT startups to Switzerland, and they're gonna fly in the guys from the C-level managers from Boeing, from Samsung, and companies like that, who will be the first clients, the potential exits for those IoT companies. So it will be very cool. Stay tuned. We're gonna announce a bunch of other prizes as well. So yeah, the Jacobs Foundation are looking for someone who can disrupt the education in Western African countries. They will provide 50K as a cash, as a grant, and they'll also provide all the needed connections and all the needed materials to grow the business in 4 countries of Western Africa. They were looking for educational solution for educating people. Yeah, the Intel mentioned already. And we're gonna announce 2 winners today. First, second and third place will get 10,000 of in-kind prizes from us and our corporate partners and our partners you can see on the screen. And the first place will get obviously the ticket two tickets basically. I mean, one to Switzerland, another one to Kazakhstan, but we can consider that as like 2 in 1, okay? And 70,000 of in-kind prizes from the same guys. Just to be clear, we send judging criteria to all the pitching startups. They all know how they are judged, and yeah, so it's pretty much transparent. So now I would like to invite Sergey Klementiev, the guy from the winner from last year, co-founder of Texel. He will tell you like a short story. How was that in Switzerland? I'm going to switch the slides. No worries. Yeah, thank you. The floor is yours for a couple minutes ago.
Okay, guys, thank you. So, first of all, it's sort of bittersweet because since I'm presenting, I know that we haven't made it, but still, a round of applause for Michael. It's his birthday today, so nicely done, Michael. I'm gonna keep it quick, because I know that you're all tired. So basically, what we've been a year ago. So basically, a bunch of geeks in a rented apartment, tinkering with the hardware, with no real market fit and product. This is a year journey in transformation, and it's all started with Seedstars. So this is where we are now. It's been a pretty crazy ride. We now have the market fit, the traction, the product, and we even been on Forbes, which is particularly cool. As Igor said, Seedstars is all about family. It's I would say it's a unique organization in a sense that those guys invest a lot in finding those startups. So they travel themselves in 65 countries. They actually live in the same city that you do. They experience the whole thing, so they understand the startups really well, and they care for them. So which is really nice, Igor. So that was a really nice thing. But the same thing, you have to be really prepared for the diversity, because meeting people from 65 different countries is up to it's a lot. So basically, you have to deal with a lot of cultures, points of views, and you name it. And for example, we had this startup from Kenya last year, and the problem that I saw is just mind-boggling, because apparently in Kenya you cannot take a taxi unless you know somebody, because the drivers actually afraid that you're gonna kill them or rob them, and the guys who are taking the taxi, they are afraid as well. So there is no trust. So there is no Uber, there is no Yandex Taxi and stuff like that. And the startup was like pitching the idea that they build this social trust between the two parties, which is incredible, and it's like makes you think how it makes a perspective. So this is if you think diversity, think again. Having said that, it's all nice and fuzzy. Until you get this, and this is the experts, and this is the jury members and investors. You have to be really prepared for the examination. They will, tear you apart, put you on a spot, make sure that they haven't left a single thing on a startup. So you have to be prepared and do your homework. This is important because you have to set the goals. So if you go into Switzerland, you have to understand what you're trying to get from the event, and it applies to a lot of things. So you have to understand, are you looking for investors, clients, are you trying to get the media exposure and stuff like that. So do your homework. The final piece of thought is stay out of your comfort zone. This is actually incredibly difficult to talk to a lot of people in like 3 days. And pivot and roll and think, and like this is like 22 hours per day, and you like survive on the coffee and chocolate. So this is get out of your comfort zone, and this is where the magic happens. So thank you.
Yeah, we do have a lot of chocolate. We do have a lot of cheese fondue. Yeah, and.
Yeah, I remember this fondue party.
Yeah, fondue party, that's what we have, yeah. All right, so right now I'm gonna announce the winners, the top 3. So we're gonna start from the 3rd place, of course. So I would like to ask for a small drum roll, if that's possible. All right, and the third place of Seedstars Moscow goes to Digital Showroom. Congrats. Let's take a picture. Here. All right, the second place winner is the runner-up as a company. Yeah. What? Yeah. So the second place goes to a company that is doing some medtech. It's Polywet. Where are you guys? Congrats. Cool stuff. Stay on the side for a second. Okay. Sergey, can I ask you for this symbolic moment? You're gonna be the guy who will be presenting, you know, the flight ticket from the elder brother to younger one, you know? Yeah, there you go. All right, just stand somewhere. Okay, so guys, I need the biggest drum roll, please. The biggest one, all right? So the winner of Seedstars Moscow 2016 is TalkBank. Where are you?
Oh!